someone that wins big.
The last full day of campaigning before the first in the nation primary.
I'll be damned if I'm going to stand by and watch us lose this country to Donald Trump a second time.
If you are tired of the extremes in our politics, you have a home with me.
An unwieldy field.
Now it's decision time.
Hello, Rochester!
It's such a pleasure to be campaigning here in New Hampshire one day before the voting starts.
All of them hoping New Hampshire's famously independent voters
This is the power in our hands.
will throw their campaigns a lifeline.
Let's get up and take back this country and take it back now.
For the Democrats, the 2020 campaign is off to a disastrous start. This has probably been their worst week since Hillary Clinton lost to Donald Trump. Iowa was supposed to narrow the field of candidates. It didn't.
The Iowa caucus is in chaos this morning.
After the catastrophe at the Iowa caucuses, New Hampshire is more important than it's been in years.
It is enormously important.
Today, the candidates fanned out across the Granite State, making their final appeal.
Senator Sanders.
Crisscrossing the state.
Pete Buttigieg is getting some of the largest crowds.
Along with our ABC News colleagues. Not just the Democrats.
There's no question that Trump supporters are energized.
Before the rally started, we talked with some of those Trump voters who told us they're not surprised to see Democrats struggling to settle on a standard bearer. The president survived impeachment. The stock market is soaring. His poll numbers are up. Which Democrat are you most worried about?
None of them.
None of them.
None of them. Trump's going to get it all the way. He's going all the way.
There's nobody that I'm worried about. No matter who he goes up against, they're all liars.
We've just left the Trump rally. Now we're headed over to a Bernie event in Ringe, New Hampshire, about an hour away. After that, we go to Elizabeth Warren. Bernie Sanders supporters are betting on big ideas and a return to progressive principles. Last time around, Bernie Sanders was the insurgent, but here in New Hampshire, they felt the burn. This time, he's a frontrunner.
Only Bernie can beat Trump because Trump is so good at manipulating people, finding their weak spots and, attacking them in ugly ways. And Bernie is impenetrable to any of that.
Bernie has been fighting bullies for 40 years. And he'll know how to beat this one, too.
Tomorrow could begin the end of Donald Trump.
Senator Sanders, a new Quinnipiac poll has you on top for the first time. What do you say to that?
Well, I say polls are fine, but winning elections are more important.
Mayor Pete says your politics frustrate people.
Bernie's biggest competitor, according to the polls,
Thanks for coming.
is the former mayor of South Bend, Indiana.
He's talking about either a revolution or a status quo, and there's nothing in between. To me, that leaves most of us out.
Pete Buttigieg is the insurgent this time around. He was a dark horse in Iowa. Not anymore.
We are reminded of the stakes in a new way every day. Today, tonight, as we speak.
The oldest candidate and the youngest, two ends of an argument taking place right now within the Democratic Party about which direction the party should go and who is best equipped to defeat the president.
This is an age-old argument that they've had. Is it revolution or is it evolution? Do you go big, go bold, or do you try to aim for the middle? Democrats have never felt more strongly that an incumbent president has to be beaten, but they've in a lot of ways never been more divided about exactly how to do that.
Sanders alone calls himself a democratic socialist, but he doesn't have that left-hand lane all to himself. On the progressive side, along with Senator Sanders, there's also Senator Elizabeth Warren. She's passionate, she's progressive, she has ideas, but she's also in third place.
Right now I'm between Warren and Pete Buttigieg, but again, it's electability.
Pragmatic voters are convinced that the Democrats' best chance is finding a candidate who they think appeals most to the middle. Joe Biden had hoped to be that guy. Today, he spent some time delivering donuts to bus drivers. For months, he was presumed to be the frontrunner until Iowa.
I am not going to sugarcoat it. We took a gut punch in Iowa.
Biden has been frantically lowering expectations here.
I think it's always going to be an uphill fight.
There's a sense that I've seen around Joe Biden that they know the end is near. And I think there's a real, almost puzzlement in Biden's camp and around him as to why this is so hard.
In the closing days here in New Hampshire, Biden launched this attack ad, contrasting their different experience.
Joe Biden helped to negotiate the Iran deal. And under threat of disappearing pets, Buttigieg negotiated lighter licensing regulations on pet chip scanners.
Now, I know some are asking, what business does the South Bend mayor have seeking the highest office in the land?
Buttigieg is pushing back on Biden's criticism.
The city you're the mayor of isn't even the biggest city in the country. It's more like Manchester, New Hampshire.
Some of the voters we met today believe Biden has a point.
Mayor Buttigieg is, getting a lot of attention, but I don't think he's ready.
And this is the candidate who may be poised to have her moment here in New Hampshire. A moderate alternative to Biden and Buttigieg, Senator Amy Klobuchar.
So, as you've probably heard, we're on a bit of a surge.
Undecided voters like Daniela are starting to swing her way.
I'm here today to see Amy and see what I think. I'm looking for somebody who has a big tent. I really think we have to be very careful not to alienate voters.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about Elizabeth Warren?
I think Elizabeth Warren is a fantastic candidate. I like her a lot. I just don't think you can be too radical on health care.
Is that opinion based on a worry about electability or an opinion about health care?
Electability, actually. I'm a physician, so I'm all for, a national health system. But I think it's an electability problem.
My colleague Mary Bruce got a temperature check from Klobuchar today.
You're having a real moment. You're surging. Are you ready for the attacks that are going to come with that?
I already have had a lot of attacks. I can deal with it.
This may be the granite state, but people's first impressions have yet to harden into a choice. Polls suggest as many as 30% may be undecided.
It is a vastly different campaign after just the initial couple of votes in Iowa. That mess in Iowa foretells a long, messy road ahead for the Democrats.
But in what might be a worrying sign of the times for Democrats, tonight the biggest campaign rally in all of New Hampshire wasn't for one of their candidates.
We are going to keep on winning, winning, winning.
It was the sellout crowd for Trump. I'm David Wright for Nightline in Manchester.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.